economy. So we're assuming that they're driving, okay? And rands per kilometer. Okay. Inputs. No, it has to be a string. What is the fuel economy of your car? And to make sure that the user knows what I mean by that, saying kilometers, and I escape again to a new line. Okay, I'm not gonna run this now. Let's just continue. They say ask the user for the price of fuel, right? And just relevant variable name, fuel price is equals to input. What is the fuel price? And this might be okay, we'll get there. Okay. So now we've got now we are at this step now. Return the cost of the trip. Now remember that this is a string. Okay, no, yeah, that is also a string, yes, but what I want, this is a string, and this is of, okay, let's do that. And this is also a string. All of them are strings, but these are the numeric inputs that we expect, okay? Once we get into more advanced Python, I will show you how to deal with when the user does not put in the right input, and you should always design for that, okay? Not everybody's going to use your program the way you intended it to, okay? So now, what do I want here? This is integer or float, all right? What happened if let's just keep it simple right now. We're going to assume that they're going to put in integer, whole number. And here, car economy, we also going to assume, since it's a price, this is going to be a float. So we want in the first one, we want to say string to integer. Second, we want to say string to float. And this one also fuel price string to float. And I didn't write that on the top there. So let me write it now. Hey, so how do we do that? We can do that, yeah. Or we can just do it. We can create a new variable, or we can replace the same variable. I think we should replace the same variable. And to do that, I'm going to say convert distance destination to int, right? So to do that, remember, I can replace a variable distance destination, right? Then I'm going to say, oh, I want to turn it to an integer. I'm going to use the int function. And what's my int function? What's my int function? I want it to be distance destination when it was a string, right? So I'll just say distance destination. And essentially what that does is, okay, it's going to, in memory, it knows that this was a string, and then I'm going to perform an operation here. I'm going to convert it to an integer and now store it, replace the string value that was here as an integer. As you can see, it's already picking it up. That's now going to be an integer. Now I'll do the same for economy. And to make this more readable, I think I like to separate it a bit just for myself. All right, let's save. When you press save, it formats it into PEP8. Okay, and let's just do that there. So now, zoom out a bit. Right, okay, so hopefully you can see. Let me just zoom back in. Now I want to do the same for car economy. So I'm going to actually comment first. Convert to float, right? Convert what exactly? Convert car economy to float. And I'm going to do car economy is equals to, just like before, or above, float, and car economy. Okay, and then we're going to do the same for fuel price. Going to be convert fuel, let's spell it correctly, fuel price to float. I'm going to say fuel price is equals to input, not input, float, and what is it? Fuel price. Okay. However, something just popped up in my head. I don't want this video to be too long, but I think just to make it a bit more clear, I'm going to put this as int, right? This as float, and this as float. Okay, now we've converted it into floats. And now let's just run the program again. Clear the terminal, clear, right? And then we run it. What's your name? My name is Thomas. Where are you traveling to, Thomas? I'm traveling to East London. What is the distance to in East London? 850 kilometers. Okay, it was 521. Let's not change it. 521. What's your fuel economy? Say 12.5. 12.5 rands per kilometer. Okay, that's a bit expensive. I will say 0.5, 50 cents every kilometer I travel. What's the fuel price currently? 12.25 0.17. And as you can see, I forgot to escape it. That's why it's right next to each other. So let's just put that new. Okay, and then I enter, and that should be the end of the program. Now, remember before we had some calculations, right? What we did was we multiplied the distance, right, by the car economy, and from there we would get the cost of the trip, right? Just one simple calculation, right? So we can say cost, we can now do a calculate cost of trip. And I say cost trip is equals to distance, destination integer, right? Int multiplied by our car economy. Essentially, I don't even need the fuel price because I already have rands per liter. But anyway, we have it here. So car economy is there. And from there, I can now print out a statement, print the cost, or let's use an F string. The print function also takes an F string. The cost of the trip is equals cost of the trip to where we're going. It's called destination is and the cost of trip. And put a full stop, and to be sure, to make more specific, let's put the currency symbol. And now, if we run this, what's your name? Thomas. Where are you traveling to? East London. What is the, I said 521, 0.25 this time, say 5.15. And as you can see, we have a problem. It says Huh. Okay. Essentially what's happening is it is now doing, what's the distance destination? This, we said 521, and we're multiplying it by a string value, right? And what that does in Python is it replicates when you multiply a string by a number, that means is replicate by the number of times that you multiply it by. So we can just fix that, say car economy floats, okay? And we run that again. Say Thomas, we say where you're traveling to, Thomas, at East London. What is the distance? 521. What is the 0.25? 25.15. And there we go. We have the right answer. All right. So this is just a simple program where we are interacting with the terminal and to get a value out. Okay. I will catch you on the flip side. We learned about the input function, how to convert between various data types, how to document your code, essentially. Comments are always great so that we know what we're doing when we read this again. Okay, see you on the flip side, guys.